You've done the hard work of creating your picture book manuscript or dummy, and now it's time to take the next big step, querying an agent. In today's video, we'll cover the process of querying, what agents are looking for, and how to craft a query letter. I'll also share some resources to help you through this exciting phase of your picture book journey. Hi, I'm Charlotte Glaze, an author, illustrator, and mom. I recently published my first picture book, and I'm here to share what I've learned with you. This video is part of a publishing series, so don't forget to subscribe. My picture book, Storm Trucks, is available on Kickstarter right now. A picture book about a terrible storm that sends Axel and his puppy fleeing inside until he imagines trucks in the sky and has to overcome his fears to help his friend. The link is below, and I'd love to send you a copy. Let's start with an overview of how the querying process works. When you want to publish a picture book traditionally, the first step is to find a literary agent. Large publishers do not accept work from regular people like you and me. Instead, they let the literary agents read through the piles of submissions and bring them the best. On the writer's side, a good agent will read through contracts and make sure you're getting the best deal possible from a publisher. Here's a quick breakdown of the process. First, write your book if you're an author, or create your dummy if you're an author-illustrator. Second, query an agent. You send your query letter to literary agents who represent children's books. Third, the agent queries editors. If an agent decides to represent you, they will then submit your work to editors at publishing houses. Fourth, editors pitch to publishers. The editor will review your book, and if they're interested, they'll pitch it to the publishing team. The publisher then decides whether or not to acquire your book. As you see, this is a long process with a lot of gatekeepers. It's hard work to get published by traditional publishers, and your book needs to be appealing to a lot of people and market interests in order to get through the gauntlet. But the first step of this whole process is to query an agent. What do you need to query? Once you start the querying process, you'll find out that almost every agent asks for different things. So before you start, I think you should gather these things into a folder on your computer so you are ready to copy and paste what each agent asks for. It's really important when you query to give agents what they specifically ask for, because you don't want them to throw out your submission because you didn't follow instructions. First thing to know, these agents get so many queries. Some might get hundreds every month. They want to see the things they ask for. Here's what you need to gather: your query letter, your manuscript prepared in Times New Roman, double-spaced, your dummy as a PDF. You may need to have this available online somewhere for agents to download. Some agents will not open attachments. A short pitch, 1 to 2 sentences to hook readers. A synopsis, a 1-page or less summary of everything that happens in your book. A 1-page portfolio sample for illustrators with 5 art pieces on it. A short bio. I get all these things and put them into a folder to have them all handy when I'm querying. So, what is a query letter? A query letter is a 1-page letter that introduces you and your book to an agent. It's your chance to make a strong first impression and convince the agent that your book is worth their time. It is a business letter and should be kept professional. Your query letter should include a hook, a compelling opening that grabs the agent's attention. This could be a brief, intriguing summary of your book, or a statement about why your book is unique. This is the sentence that will make the agent read the next sentence. A brief summary, a short, clear description of your picture book. Include the main character, the central conflict, and what makes your story stand out. Your bio, a few sentences about yourself, especially if you have relevant experience or credentials in writing, illustrating, or other creative fields. Closing, A polite conclusion thanking the agent for their time and consideration. Remember, your query letter is your first opportunity to show your writing skills, so make it polished and professional and beautiful. I want to share with you my query letter so you can see a real live query letter and what it looks like. Dear Agent, a rumbling racket sends Axel fleeing inside, hiding from a thunderstorm. Through the rumble booms and the plingity-plops of the storm outside, Axel's imagination soars to the clouds where trucks are busy building. Building what? When the storm intensifies, Axel finds a bulldozer's heart to help inside himself. Bulldozers in the Sky is a 202-word picture book for 3 to 5-year-olds about facing fear. It will also appeal to truck-loving children. It is similar to The Little Girl Who Was Afraid of Everything by Aurora Cacciapuati and Thunder Trucks by Cheryl Klein and Katie Beebe. I believe this book will appeal to you because, and then you personalize it. The link to my dummy PDF is, I am submitting as an author-illustrator, but I am open to projects as either. I am a member of SCBWI and have won creative writing contests. I have other completed manuscripts. I have taught and volunteered with preschool children for over 12 years. I live with my husband and children in Jinx, Oklahoma. I have traveled to 28 countries and every continent except Antarctica. Thank you for your time, Charlotte J. Glaze. And then I have contact information. What an agent wants to see. Agents are looking for stories that are unique, marketable, and well crafted. Here's what they typically want to see when you query them. An interesting story. Your story needs to be unique, special, and well written with a clear story arc. If you want help coming up with a great story idea, watch this video. Polished writing. Agents expect your manuscript to be well edited and as close to final as possible. Don't skip the editing stage of writing. If you want some tips on editing, check out this video. Market potential. Agents consider whether your book has a strong market appeal. They'll think about whether it fits within the current trends while still standing out as a fresh and original story. A professional dummy. Your picture book dummy should be organized with 3 finished art samples and polished sketches for the other pages. It should give a solid sense of how the final book will look. Resources. A couple of resources I used when querying were publishersweekly.com. If you join this website for a month, you can learn so much about agents and deals. One of the features I love is being able to sort the agents by how many picture books they sold in the last year. This is helpful in finding out which agents to query. You can also find out who was the agent of a particular book if yours is similar. Publishers Weekly also has all the publishing news, so you can see what books are being sold and published. ManuscriptWishlist.com is a good resource to search as well, as you are researching agents. Many agents will post the kind of books they are looking for, so be sure to see if the agent you are looking at is wanting a picture book, if that is what you're pitching. Every agent only wants certain types of books. Be sure to find agents who represent your kind of book. I also signed up for querytracker.net. This website helps you find and track literary agents. You can search for agents who represent picture books, see their submission guidelines, and keep track of your queries. A good number of agents use querytracker.net as the place you need to submit your query. So it's good to have your own login, and all the queries submitted through them can be tracked by you. That's another piece of the querying puzzle. If you want to use Query Tracker, that's fine. But you can also keep a record of your queries yourself in your own document. You will need to keep track of your queries and what agents you are interested in somehow. Some agencies only want you to send a query to one of their agents. and other guidelines like this. So you need to keep track of what you are sending out. I know you want to think the first query you send out will get you a publishing deal, but in reality, you might be querying for a long time. To help you with tracking your queries, I have a spreadsheet that I am happy to share with you. The link is in the description and it will help you stay organized. As for my own querying journey, I queried storm trucks to 65 different agents. Spoiler alert, I didn't get an agent and decided to move toward self-publishing, which is what this series of videos will explore next. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it. In conclusion, querying an agent is a huge step in your publishing journey. By understanding the process, crafting a strong query letter, and knowing what agents are looking for, you can increase your chances of finding the right agent for your book. I wish you the best of luck. My picture book Storm Trucks is available on Kickstarter right now. It is the story of a young boy who loves trucks and hates storms, using his imagination to overcome his fear.